All right, welcome. So, if you've ever wanted to be the conductor of your own AI orchestra, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're jumping into the CrewAI command line interface, the tool that puts all that power right at your fingertips. Because that's what this is all about. The CLI puts you in the driver's seat, giving you direct, hands-on control to create, train, and deploy your own teams of autonomous agents. Okay, so what even is a command line interface, or a CLI? Well, think about it like this. It's the difference between pointing at a picture on a coffee shop menu versus telling the barista exactly how you want your drink made. With a CLI, you're not clicking around. You're having a direct conversation by typing precise commands. It's way faster, it's more powerful, and honestly, it's how the pros manage really complex AI workflows. And with the CrewAI CLI, you can handle the whole shebang. We're talking about building your project from the ground up, training your agents to get smarter, and then launching them into a real professional environment. It's your complete toolkit, from that first spark of an idea all the way to deployment. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start by understanding the basic command structure, your command center. Then we'll get it installed and take those first few steps. From there, we'll dive into the core commands you'll use all the time, learn how to train and test your agents, and finally, we'll talk about taking them live with Enterprise. First up, let's talk about that command center. Before we type a single thing, we gotta understand the basic anatomy of a command, because trust me, once you get this simple pattern down, everything else just clicks into place. And here it is. It all starts with the word CrewAI. That's your anchor. Next, you tell it what to do. That's the command, something like create. Then you can add options to kind of tweak how it does it. And finally, you add your arguments, which is what you're actually acting on, like the name of your new crew. Get that sequence down, and you can build pretty much any command you'll ever need.
All right, enough theory, let's get our hands dirty. It's time to get this thing installed and running.
And getting started is seriously this easy. You just pop open your terminal and type one thing, pip install CrewAI. That one little command goes out, grabs the CLI and all its dependencies, and just sets up your entire environment in one shot. Boom, done. Now, for that moment of truth, just to make sure it all worked, type in CrewAI version, and when you see those version numbers pop up on your screen, that's the good stuff. You know you're locked, loaded, and ready to start building. So, with the CLI installed, it's time for the fun part. Let's dig into the core local commands. Think of these as your day-to-day toolkit for building and running your crews right on your own machine. Every new project has to start somewhere, and for us, it starts right here with the create command. With this line, we're basically just telling the CLI, hey, create a new project, make it a crew, and let's call it my new crew. Simple as that. But check this out, because this is where the magic really happens. That one command doesn't just create an empty folder. No way. It scaffolds out an entire professionally organized project for you. I mean, look at this. You've got folders for your source code, your tests, your agent's knowledge base. It's all there, ready to go. This saves so much time and gets you started on the right foot. Okay, so you've defined your agents and tasks inside that new project. Now what? Well, now you bring them to life. And the run command, that's your ignition switch. And this is what you'll see. Your crew just comes alive. Your terminal becomes this live feed showing you exactly what's happening in real time. You can see which agent is thinking, what task it's working on. It is honestly so cool to watch. Okay, so we can create a crew and we can run it. That's awesome. But that's just the beginning. How do we make our agents smarter, more effective? Well, that's where training and testing come into play. The train command is like sending your agents to boot camp. It makes them run through their tasks multiple times so they can learn from what they did before and refine their strategies. And that little -N3 part, that's just us telling the crew to run this training cycle 3 times so it gets progressively better at its job. When you kick off a training session, you'll get this live feedback right in your terminal. It's just confirming that the process has started. This lets you monitor the training as it happens so you know for sure your crew is in the gym, getting those reps in. Now, this next command, replay, this thing is an absolute lifesaver for debugging. Instead of running the entire process from the very beginning, replay lets you restart a crew from a specific task. You just give it the task ID and it jumps right back to that point. And the terminal output makes it perfectly clear. It literally says replaying the crew from task and gives you the specific ID. You can see the exact agent and task just pick right back up. This will save you so much time, especially when you're trying to fix one little step in a long process. So, if train is the workout, think of test as the final exam. This command isn't for improving your agents, it's for verifying their performance. It runs your crew a set number of times just to measure how consistently they do their job. You can even use it to see how your crew works with a different language model, which is perfect for A/B testing. As soon as you start the test, the CLI immediately tells you that the validation is in progress. That's your signal that the crew is being put through its paces, gathering the data you need to be confident that it's ready for the real world. All right, so our crew is built, it's trained, and we've tested its performance. It's ready. Now it's time for the final and most exciting step, taking it from our local computer and deploying it for everyone to use with CrewAI Enterprise. The deploy command is basically your mission control for going live. And it's not just one command, it's a whole suite of tools. You'd start with deploy create to set up a home for your project. Then deploy push to send your code up. You can check on it with deploy status and see what it's been up to with deploy logs. This gives you everything you need to manage the entire life cycle of your crew once it's out in the wild. And there you have it. From a simple create command all the way to a full enterprise deploy, you now have the complete toolkit to build, train, and launch your own sophisticated AI crews. The power is right there in your hands. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?